Picture this. Dubai, the city that once symbolized unattainable wealth and unimaginable luxury, now sprawls under the weight of uncertainty. The towering skyscrapers cast long shadows over neighborhoods, their glass facades gleaming under the desert sun. But beneath the surface, something's shifting. While many dream of moving to this modern-day paradise, some are quietly grappling with the truth about what's really happening here. There's one thing you won't hear on the glossy brochures or the polished real estate ads: the hidden struggle within the very companies that once stood as the epitome of success. Thousands of people dream of landing a $10,000 per month salary in Dubai, thinking it's the golden ticket. But are these companies really thriving, or are they scrambling to maintain their opulent image? What's really going on behind the scenes? Could this dream job be more of a mirage than you've been led to believe? The allure of Dubai has always been clear. It's a land where opportunities are endless, where careers skyrocket, and salaries reach staggering heights. The promise of $10,000 per month is enough to make anyone consider packing their bags, selling everything, and flying halfway across the world. It's not just about the money, though. It's the dream of a high-flying career, a lavish lifestyle, and the prestige that comes with working for some of the world's top companies. Big names in real estate, tech, tourism, and finance all beckon, advertising salaries that seem too good to pass up. It's easy to understand why people are willing to sacrifice stability in their home countries for the chance to work in a city that feels like a paradise. The idea is simple. Dubai offers the kind of career that promises everything: high pay, low taxes, and an ever-growing economy that just never seems to stop. But there's a catch. Is everything as perfect as it seems? At first, things are exactly as they seem. You move to Dubai, find your footing in one of the top companies, and enjoy the fruits of your hard work. Your friends back home are envious, watching your Instagram feed flood with pictures of luxurious cars, extravagant parties, and the kind of lifestyle only dreamed about. But over time, you start to notice the subtle shifts. A colleague who used to be confident suddenly becomes distant. The meeting rooms that once hummed with energy now feel quieter, more tense. You're expected to work harder, produce more, and yet, something seems off. At first, it's hard to put a finger on it. The pay is still good, the lifestyle still enticing, but the cracks are beginning to show. What seemed like a steady climb to success starts to feel more like a fragile tightrope. Dubai's allure is still there, but it's becoming harder to ignore the signs that maybe the dream is starting to fade. The numbers tell a different story. While Dubai is still home to some of the world's wealthiest companies, it's also experiencing shifts in its economy that are harder to ignore. According to recent reports, certain industries are struggling to maintain the once unstoppable growth. In fact, some major sectors like real estate, luxury goods, and even tech have faced unprecedented slowdowns. Despite the high salaries, many companies are starting to freeze hiring or limit raises. The inflation rate has started to climb, making the once seemingly endless luxury more difficult to maintain. And it's not just the numbers, it's the reality on the ground. With so many workers in high-paying positions being let go, one has to ask, why are these companies still advertising such high-paying roles if they are struggling to maintain their footing? The data doesn't match the dream. So, how do these companies work? What's driving the numbers we see in the job listings? The key lies in Dubai's unique financial model. Companies here are incentivized to offer high-paying salaries to attract top-tier talent. But it's not all about the money. Now, the city thrives on a fragile ecosystem where businesses are heavily reliant on foreign workers. To maintain a competitive edge, they need to keep attracting skilled professionals from all over the world. But the system isn't built for long-term sustainability. While the tax-free income and plush benefits are enticing, they come at a cost. Companies are under intense pressure to maintain profits while balancing rising costs, from real estate to transportation. Some firms have even had to cut costs by reducing their workforce or freezing salary increases. And while Dubai's government offers subsidies to keep the economy humming, the burden still falls on the companies to stay profitable. And when they can't, the dream job starts to crumble. It's not immediately clear when the system starts to break down, but over time, it becomes undeniable. The cracks widen, and the facade starts to crumble. Layoffs become more frequent, especially in industries like tech and real estate. The companies that once boasted of unlimited growth now struggle to maintain the appearance of success. Even those who remain employed find themselves working under a constant cloud of uncertainty. More pressure, fewer resources, and yet the expectations keep rising. The corporate culture, once centered around innovation and development, has shifted to one of survival and risk management. The joy that once came with that high-paying job starts to feel hollow. What's left? For some, it's the realization that the promises made were never as solid as they seemed. For the workers, it's a bitter pill to swallow. You came to Dubai thinking you'd find the career of your dreams, and only to find that the job you landed has become a source of stress and uncertainty. Workers are being pushed harder than ever before, expected to meet deadlines that seem impossible, all while watching their colleagues get cut from the payroll. For investors, the loss is more than financial. It's the unraveling of a dream. Those who put their trust in these companies, believing in Dubai's promise of stability and growth, are now feeling the weight of broken dreams. For families, it's a tough adjustment. The promise of a better life quickly gives way to an uncertain future. Some are left wondering if the sacrifices made to come here were worth it. As the corporate giants fall, it's the individuals who suffer the most, grappling with the fallout of a system built on fragile foundations. But it's not just about the companies themselves. Several hidden factors are contributing to the strain. The high cost of living in Dubai has made it harder for workers to stretch their paychecks, even with that $10,000 salary. Rent prices are skyrocketing, and inflation is hitting everyday goods harder than expected. Then there's the work culture. Once known for its fast pace and high rewards, Dubai's workforce is now showing signs of burnout, with long hours becoming the norm rather than the exception. And it's not just Dubai. Global economic trends are affecting the city as well. The pandemic has left its mark on global trade, affecting supply chains and, in turn, the very industries that Dubai relies on. The city's reliance on foreign workers is also a double-edged sword. As global immigration policies shift, companies are left scrambling to fill positions that once seemed so secure. Together, these factors create an environment where the dream job is no longer the guarantee it once was. Dubai isn't alone in this struggle. Around the world, major cities are grappling with similar issues. Take New York, London, or Hong Kong. Cities that were once viewed as bastions of opportunity are now facing the same economic uncertainties. The global shift towards remote work, economic downturns, and changing immigration policies have made it harder for cities like Dubai to maintain the same level of appeal. What's happening here is part of a much larger pattern, one that reflects broader trends in the global workforce. High-paying jobs are becoming harder to come by, even in the cities that once seemed untouchable. This isn't just a story about Dubai. It's the story of a changing world, one where the dream job isn't as easy to find as it once was. And here it is, the uncomfortable truth. The high-paying jobs, the lavish lifestyle, the dream of Dubai are all built on fragile foundations. It's no longer just about finding a job that pays well. It's about surviving in a system that isn't as stable as it once seemed. For those still chasing the dream, the question remains, how long can it last? What happens when the companies that promised so much can no longer deliver? The dream of Dubai is still alive, but is it sustainable? Will these companies continue to hire, or will they collapse under the weight of their own promises? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain. The future of Dubai's job market is uncertain. Could this be the beginning of the end for Dubai's golden era? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to keep uncovering the truths that hide behind the glossy surface of the world's most iconic cities, make sure to subscribe for more. What will Dubai look like in the years to come? Only time will tell.